Hi everyone, it's Valor from Online Combat Battalion with another Arma 3 editor tutorial. Someone has asked me to show them how to spawn jets into a mission via a trigger. So you can use this to spawn friendly or enemy jets if you want to have some targets to shoot down, or you just want to have some jets up there to make things a bit more challenging for your troops. So before we get into how we're going to do it, I'll show you how it works. So in the mission I've set up a couple of triggers which I'll show you how to do, and I'm just going to activate the triggers. And these are radio triggers, so I've named one Spawn Enemy Jet 1, and I've named the other one Spawn Enemy Jet 2. And what this will do is it will spawn in a couple of OPFOR fast movers. Let's just jump into Zeus and see if I can see them yet. Not yet, but I am confident they will show up pretty shortly. So what happens with this script is that they spawn pretty much on the edge of the map in a random location, and they will fly to and loiter around the triggers, or the markers, sorry, that I have set up on the map. And there we go, we've got one coming in now, and there's the second one coming in now. So two OPFOR jets have spawned in, and they will fly around those markers in a distance that I have set for them. So if you've got guys that want to fly friendly aircraft against enemy aircraft, this is a good way to do it. You can also have these guys flying in, and these pilots will strike ground targets. So if you're moving in formation, or you're in a particular area and you want things to be a bit more challenging in terms of enemy, this is a good way to do it. So the first thing we want to do is select the map that we want to use. I'm using Livonia at the moment. This will be downloadable as a mission for you, so you can grab this. I'll provide a link for you so that all this is set up. To use Livonia, you've got to have the Contact DLC. But of course you can use this on any map that you like. So we're going to place a playable unit, then we need to save the scenario. So up to scenario, down to save as, and then you're going to give it a name. Alright, I've called this one, where are we? N-Jets on Trigger. Okay, so I've already saved that. Now I want to go into the scenario folder, so I'm going to go up to scenario and then down to open scenario folder. And inside the scenario folder we have the mission SQM, which you don't need to play with. Then we have two scripts, plane 1 and plane 2. That's because I'm using two different jets. So we're just going to open up the script and we're going to have a little look at it. Don't be too confused if you're not familiar with scripts. This one's really easy to edit. So the first thing we have is we've got a variable name, or a class name, sorry, of a jet here. Alright. So that is where you put the class name of whatever aircraft it is that you want to use. Down here we have the create vehicle section. So we are creating a vehicle, and it's going to be a random location that it's spawned in, and we're going to have it fly, so we don't need to edit that. I've set the vehicle ammunition to 1, which means they basically have unlimited ammo. And here we have the class name of the pilot that we want to use in that jet. And obviously the faction here for an OPFOR jet is East. For Blue 4 it would be West. And for Independent it would be Guerrilla. And then we've got a spawn group function call here. And the other thing we need to pay attention to is this bottom section here. So get marker pos AO marker and then 1000. So this jet will randomly spawn. It will then move towards the AO marker placed on the map and patrol within 1000 meters of that marker. Actually, correction, it will spawn 1000 meters from that marker. So waypoint type is SAD, which is search and destroy. the loiter radius, so it should loiter within 3,000 meters of AO marker, and marker type circle, and behavior aware, and combat mode red. So these guys will be on alert and ready to attack things when they see them. So I've placed a couple of markers here. One is a circular marker or an ellipse marker, and you don't need to really do anything else to it other than give it a variable name, and I've given this the variable name of AO marker. And I've given this other marker here the name AO marker 2. With the alpha, if you want to hide them on the map, you can reduce the alpha variable to 0, and you won't actually be able to see it on the map when the game starts, but for the purposes of this I want to be able to see where it is. So we've got those two markers there, AO marker and AO marker 2. Next thing I've done is I've placed down 2 triggers. These do not need to be any particular size, so I'll open that trigger up and you'll see I haven't given this a variable name because it doesn't require one, but I've put in there text spawn enemy jet 1. I've selected the activation type as none or type as none, and activation radio alpha. Okay, and I've put a call this. You don't need to use the call, you can use just the word this. And what I've done is an exec VM call. So this tells the game to load the script called plane1.sqf. In the second trigger, I've placed spawn enemy jet 2 in text, so I know what the name of know what the type of the trigger is because it's been named. And I've selected radio Bravo as the activation. And again, it's exactly the same as the other one, except it has plane2.sqf. So in the game, when those triggers are called, the jets will spawn in and fly around the AO markers in a 3,000 meter radius of those markers. Now, if you're wondering how you change the jet and the pilot that you want to use to spawn, we're just going to select a unit being a plane, and we'll go for a Black Wasp. Okay, so here's the aircraft, and the easiest way to do this is just to take the pilot out, and you do that by hovering over the center marker, over the driver icon, left click and just drag. So we want the variable names of these two, or sorry, the class names of these two objects. So we're going to go to right click, log classes to clipboard, and we want the Black Wasp aircraft being used here. So we're just going to highlight the OP4 jet that we used, press Ctrl V for Victor on the keyboard, and that changes the class name there. And we're going to do the same for the pilot. We're going to right click, log classes to clipboard, and we're going to put the class name in here of that pilot. And because we've changed the faction from east, he's now blue 4, we are going to change that to west and save. So now when I execute this script, which is plane1.sqf, it will spawn a Black Wasp blue 4 aircraft. It's faction west and with a blue 4 pilot, and it will do exactly the same thing as the other aircraft, except it's now changed factions. So back in the mission, and I'm going to execute those scripts. So I'm going to spawn enemy jet 1, which is actually now a blue 4 jet, and I'm going to go to the radio trigger for enemy jet 2, and we are shortly going to have 2 jets spawn in 1,000 meters from the marker, and patrol in a 3,000 meter radius of the marker. Now I've spawned in a Blue 4 and an Op 4 jet, so this should be interesting because they will not be friendly, they will attack each other. King. Let's jump into Zeus and see if I can see them on the map yet. Yep, there we go. And we've got a parachute, which means the Op 4 jet has already shot down the Blue 4 jet, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, you can play around with this and change the factions. I'm guessing a lot of you guys are going to want Op 4 aircraft for your missions, so that you can have your flyers fighting enemy jets. And there he is, he'll just continue to do his thing. These guys will attack ground targets and air targets as well. I haven't seen them attack infantry yet, but they will definitely attack vehicles and definitely attack aircraft. So that's pretty much all you need to make this work, is those triggers and your markers. Now you can obviously place the markers anywhere you like on the map, wherever you want these jets to patrol. If you'd like, there will be a link provided in the description below for you to download this mission. You can then open it and edit it as you see fit. You will need CBA, or Community-Based Add-ons mod. I've used Eden Enhanced as well. And you'll need the Contact DLC for the map. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Please be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you in the next video.